Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over some 5x5 advanced edge pairing strategies that will help drop time on your solves. Now remember, if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you can already solve the 5x5 Rubik's Cube. If you don't already know how to solve this, please view my page. I have an easy tutorial on it. Then you can come back here and learn advanced methods. So the first strategy I'm going to show you is by using a building layer to solve your edges. So what this means is just put your pieces where you normally would, so these red and yellow ones, and then slide them together. But now, instead of slicing back, you'll just keep this open like this. So now I can put this in, slide these together, find another edge, and then I can just keep sliding and using different things like this. So that means that once you have 4 complete ones up here and 4 complete ones down here, you're going to need to just slice these edges back together, like doing this, and now all of your centers are back together. Now this means that when you're doing this, you have to remember never to cut through, because now you've just messed up your centers. So only do things along this axis to solve your edge pieces. Now, we're going to go over a few edge pairing cases and how to efficiently solve them when you encounter them. So this first one is where you have a flipped edge on top of its center edge, and then you have this one here. So what you're going to do is in one step, you're going to make this entire 3 edge piece. So you might remember this if you've ever solved a 4x4. This is essentially the algorithm to flip an edge. So what you're going to do is you're going to push this out of the way, so essentially creating this block of 2. Then you're going to do this algorithm, which will flip this edge, R, U, R prime, F, R prime, F prime, R. Then you will slice back. Now we've made this whole edge. So, in review, we had a flipped edge over this, and we pushed it out of the way. That algorithm will get faster once we practice it a few times. Then we'll slice back, and now we've made this whole edge. That last algorithm can also be handy if you encounter something like this. So you might think when you have this, maybe you'll have to move this off, flip it, and then move them back, but that really just takes too long. So I'm going to show you a quick and easy way. So you can either take the middle layer out, or you can move both of these out. Essentially, you're just going to split these apart from each other. Then you're going to do that edge flipping algorithm. Then you can bring them back. And now all 3 of them are together. So you see, all we did was we had this, which looks like a parity case, but really, you can just go like this, do the algorithm, slice back, and now we've made an edge. You might have noticed that in this building layer, if you do an R2, even though it looks like you're keeping these axes fine, well, now you have 2 blue ones up here, so when you slice back at the end, when you have 4 up here, 4 down here, now you'll just have to resolve your centers. But there are some cases in which it would be fine to do that. That is when you have symmetrical centers. So you see here, this is the same on the top and bottom. It would also be fine if it was like this, any of these, or even if you had the center solved, which can come up while you're doing this. So let's say I wanted to flip this. So you could do the edge flipping algorithm, or since I quickly noticed that these are symmetrical, I just did an R2, and now it's on the top. Now when I slice back, these are together. So in review, when you see that they're symmetrical, you can just move that twice, and then it moved 1 from the bottom to the top, and then you can move them back together. So now that I have 4 edges on the top and 4 edges on the bottom, I just have to fix my centers, and then I have 4 edges left. Now you'll also need to know how to efficiently do these last 4 edges. They should be easier than normal ones because there's only 4 edges worth of pieces left. So There are some special cases, like remember this one, where you have flipped on top of this, and then you have this here. You can still do that algorithm to flip the edge, even when you don't have a building layer. You can still do that algorithm, and then it will fix this. So now you see we have another flipped one. There's its partner. Push it out of the way, do the edge flipping algorithm, bring it back. This is a really quick way to do the last two edges. Normally, maybe you would have done two parity algorithms to solve these. But now I'll just push this out of the way, bring them back. Now I have all of my edges done. Another tip for dropping time is by doing your cross edges first. So here, I'm just going to do all of my white edges first. Still using the building layer, but I'm just doing my white edges first. And now that I have all my white edges, I can just build my cross on the bottom like I normally would for a 3x3. So now that we have all these pieces on the bottom, we'll never have to do a cube term down again. So now it's really easy to see what edges you have left, and by reducing cube turns, this will greatly reduce time. Now the sad truth about getting faster at the 5x5 is that it's going to be very helpful to buy a speed cube. If you only have the original Rubik's brand 5x5, there isn't a lot of room for getting faster at it. And that being said, 5x5 speed cubes aren't actually that expensive. You could probably get a pretty good one for $9.99 or so. So I would definitely suggest buying a 5x5 speed cube. If you want to see more tutorials, view my page. I have a ton of videos as well as a video for each of the PLL algorithms. I hope this video helped you, and for the future, good luck.